cracks inside the Western alliance are no longer invisible. German Chancellor Friedrich Merz has openly pushed back against Donald Trump's Ukraine peace plan, questioning its financial logic, its power structure, and its impact on Europe's sovereignty. For Merz, this is not just a disagreement. It is about who controls Europe's future.
That is not acceptable, and that's why the Europeans are sitting at the table. Here are parts of this 28-point plan, parts that are certainly not feasible without our consent.
Trump's reported demand that frozen Russian assets in Europe should benefit the United States has triggered strong resistance in Berlin. Merz says such proposals undermine Europe's role in shaping Ukraine's recovery and future security.
Well, first of all, this is about Russian wealth, which should be used for a loan as security. This is now briefly the proposal we are discussing. And if this loan is given, then it will be given by the European Union, and then it will be given to Ukraine in order to be able to continue buying weapons with it. But that is nothing that directly affects the Americans now. And that's why the Americans can't afford this amount. And to put the demand for another $100 billion from Europe on it is also nothing that is acceptable from our point of view.
Merz's warning goes beyond economics. He argues the Ukraine war is not limited to a battlefield, but is already spilling into the heart of Europe through sabotage and hybrid operations.
Well, we see hybrid attacks by Russia every day on our infrastructure, on our data networks. We see sabotage files. Now, this last one that we saw in Poland, on an important railway connection, clearly shows Russian handwriting. At least that's what everyone who has dealt with it so far says. So this is not a territorial war that is limited to Ukraine. Russia is currently trying to destroy the entire political order of the European continent.
And now, while Merz challenges Trump's peace roadmap, another storm is triggering debate across NATO. For the first time, a top American official has publicly floated the idea of a German general leading the entire NATO military command.
I look forward to the day when Germany comes to the United States and says that we're ready to take over the Supreme Allied Commander position. I think we're a long way away from that, but I look forward to those discussions.
Whitaker's remarks sound like praise, but they also carry pressure. A message that Europe must take more responsibility if it wants more control, especially as Washington pushes allies to raise defense spending sharply.
He did, however, emphasize the need for allies to follow through on recent pledges to increase defense spending to 5% of gross domestic product.
Merz connects this directly to Europe's earlier mistakes. He openly admits that Germany and its allies failed to act decisively when the war began.
There was already the supply of transport tanks, an incessant escalation of the war. So we did too little too late. We should have done more earlier.
This is the new NATO dilemma. Trump pushing his peace formula, Merz resisting both its economics and its structure. The US floating the idea of Germany leading NATO but not yet ready to let go of command. Ukraine has not broken the alliance, but it is reshaping its hierarchy, its confidence, and its future balance of power. And in that clash, Berlin and Washington are no longer just allies, they are increasingly rivals inside the same tent.